Welcome back to another episode of the Blockbuster Brothers. Today, we're talking a little football and we're talking a little YouTube. Why? Because, amidst all these streaming wars and sports being thrown on different subscriptions and all that, YouTube TV and the NFL have partnered and they did a game the other day, and I'm seeing a lot of negative stuff around it. I'll just say this: just because something else is popular doesn't mean you should merge it with another thing. So a lot of NFL fans are saying, why are we bringing Mr. Beast and all this different kind of streamer stuff into this game that we love so much? Nothing against those people in particular, but the combination of the two kind of seems, to me at least, get away from the purity of sport, and I wasn't a fan of it. I get it. I absolutely understand why they did it. And maybe it will help them reach new markets. Like, they did I think they've done this 2 years in a row now where they do the animated version of the football game on Nickelodeon. So they'll have, like, you can literally watch the game, but they're all animated characters. Like, they had The Simpsons and all this stuff. So I get it from a business standpoint, but it just felt a little too gimmicky for me. And I wasn't really happy with it. And I know a lot of people aren't. Maybe some people loved it.
Well, you know what? I'll start out the gate saying this, that I was actually at work and we have some TVs, and sometimes our cable isn't working too well, or, we don't have Peacock or that. So it was nice that YouTube just provided it for free. I will say that. I don't know if it was in correlation at all to the game being in Brazil. I don't know if that was, if YouTube's going to be partnered with a more global game, because maybe instead of Chris Collinsworth or, whoever, whether it's Manning's, the world knows Mr. Beast. And for those global games, maybe it's more of a global audience. I doubt that it's any different other than the people who were at the stadium, but it does feel like know your audience a little bit. It's like kind of when you see a commercial for, not to be a little vulgar, but like, you just know when you see movies and you're like, this was for people who aren't watching this content. I think, kids know that YouTube audience. So you're kind of ostracizing your older audience as well. It kind of feels like in a time where we are at right now, where everything is so sold out and so many placement of, figureheads and, just like cameos per se. All we care about is providing quality. At the end of the day, quality is all I care about. And if you don't I don't care who you cameo, just because I'm like, oh, it's Mr. Beast, doesn't make it a good show. It needs to be a good show. I hope and I worry that they're more worried about the people on there and not the quality of the show. It seems to be everything's heading in a wrong direction. I think that's maybe what people are more upset about than anything is it being like, it's kind of like the Disney thing. It's just this Disney ESPN move of like, you've got Star Wars, which is, and Marvel, which are, not saying that females don't love it, because they definitely do, but it's a more male leaning IP, just like Barbie's a more female leaning IP. And when you try to make IPs for the wrong demographic, like Star Wars trying to make it, okay, let's go after a more female demographic. We've got the males. You can't just assume you're going to lock in your demographic. Just because they were a fan once doesn't mean they're going to be a fan always. Their commitment is only as strong as what you're providing them recently. So when you start catering to the audience that doesn't really watch, and you stop catering to the audience that majority of it is watching, I think they have a right to be upset. And I think that there's something that these corporate executives need to figure out real soon. And they're learning, because it's hitting their money, I bet. I hope, because quality is king. So, that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, no, there you go. I mean, I'll say it. What a cool moment in the pregame was retired Derek Carr doing some analysis before the game on, let's just say strategy or whatever. And that was really cool because that's what football fans want. Football fans want a football player or someone who's unbelievably knowledgeable in football to be talking about football. It's really not that complicated. And I think unless Mr. Beast played football himself and loves the game so much, credit to Timothy Chalamet, that kid has loved sports forever. So when he shows up to the Nick games, it's not, oh, well, what's he doing here?
And I think that's a good point, because when he came on College Game Day, he was prepared and he gave us the quality, because it wasn't, oh, he's on there that impressed me. It was when he started laying down facts. Whether he really knows them or not doesn't matter. He's an actor and he performed there and he came through. And an actor's job is to make the audience believe something's real. And if you gotta, that love comes through, Timothy, that's where he's kind of gone the uptrend for me. But that's, again, you gotta have quality people who are passionate about this, because you know what, you can't have the audience be more passionate than the people that are broadcasting it. You need to match them, because you can't have an audience that's more informed than the broadcasting team, which is always a setup for failure.
Yeah, agreed. And I'll say, I think Brian, you hit it right on the nose. And it's look, I get it from a business standpoint. We're going to try it, but at the end of the day, you need people to love football. And if they aren't football fans, things will fall flat. That moment on College Game Day with Timothy Chalamet was one of the coolest things I've ever seen, because I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Now, Brian's right. It could have been a good acting job, but we do know for a fact that the kid
he likes sports. Yeah.
Yes.
You got to give. I can't. I take that back. He's been showing up to games. He's a fanatic. He's come around, and I think you want to see somebody like that. Get them. He should have been in the YouTube thing.
Yeah, correct. Oh my gosh, that's a great point. Well, yeah, folks, thanks for sticking around with us as we talk about the NFL and YouTube and that little pregame show and just overall presentation. It was interesting. Let us know what you think. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, do we have good points? Are all of them bad? We want to hear you guys in the comments. Appreciate you watching.